Matt and I are running on a platform that centers its entire self around being a student-centered student government. And we have three main tenets under that platform that umbrella the specifics of what we want to do. So the first main tenet is that we are for a not-so-secretive student government. We feel that UPUA has been very internal and backdoor in the way it's gone about addressing certain issues and carrying out previous pieces of legislation, such as the 5-year strategic plan. And there needs to be a reverse from the very philosophical core of UPUA in order to ensure that we're becoming a more transparent and representative body. Another main tenet of the platform is to create UPUA into a student-centered student government, and there's various ways of going about doing that. One of those ways is, as I mentioned before, student opinions and student referendums and things like that. But another big issue that we feel very strongly about addressing is freshman engagement. There's various ways to make sure that freshmen are connected with the university from day one, rather than just kind of letting them flounder around until they eventually find their way into one niche or another. We want to make sure that they're utilizing the opportunities available to them all 4 years, every single day that they get here. We all know that our time here at Penn State flies by, and there were things we learned about in our sophomore, junior, senior year that we wish we knew from the very beginning in terms of services and resources that were available, student organizations that exist, things like that. So we have various ways that we want to go about making sure freshmen know all about this from the first day they're enrolled at Penn State. This includes a republication of a student handbook that would go free to all freshman students at their FitCap Day. This includes reforming FitCap Days and Welcome Week by working through the appropriate venues and with the people who already put these events on, not taking it over from them, but making sure that student organizations and student leaders' voices get in there and reach out to students on a student-to-student level so that they understand how they can get involved and, more importantly, how that can shape their Penn State career in a really positive way. We also want to look into putting out a student agenda to every single student, freshman through senior or anywhere in between or over or under that, and make sure that it's a short description of student organizations and also a contact point within those organizations, which is most important, so that at any point in time, if they feel that they have a passion for something and don't know how to pursue it, they can look in this directory, find out what best suits their interest, and then reach out to that contact point to see how they can get involved in pursuing that interest. The third tenet of our platform is that we are very much for a university that recognizes and values its diversity. And again, we have various plans to make sure that the issues of campus climate that exist here at Penn State are addressed. Diversity is something that doesn't only affect underrepresented organizations or minority groups or populations, it affects an entire campus because everything is playing into how the campus climate is at Penn State, and whether people are conscious of it or not, that campus climate in turn affects every single undergraduate student who is enrolled here at University Park. So by addressing these issues and, more importantly, educating everyone on the fact that not everyone has the same exact Penn State experience, and not everyone has a great Penn State experience. Making this very well known throughout the student body can then empower people to make a significant change to make sure everyone is having a great Penn State experience, even if it's not the same, raising the bar for all undergraduate students and student life in general.
One of the key differences between our platform and other ones is the relationship that Samantha and I will have as we execute the office of the President and Vice President. Relative to our platform in every respect, I'm trying to make sure that I bring the professionalism that I have throughout my time here at the university to making sure that we push Samantha not only to accomplish our goals, but also to push the student assembly and bring together the student body, just like you see them come together out at Beaver Stadium. I'm into sports. I'm also very much into being a fanatic about the university itself. To that end, I really agree with the tenets of our platform, and that's why I came together with her upon it. Being not so secretive as a student government, making sure that everything that we have is broadcast out to the student body. I believe strongly in not adding to rumors, not creating an asymmetrical information, making sure that every leader at the university, student or otherwise, is intimately involved in the process of an evolving student government. One of the issues that I've come across as Academic Affairs Chair this year is that there is a clear need to better incorporate transfer students coming up from both the Commonwealth and abroad. When they enter, there's hard data implying that there's a struggle period where they've lost attachment to their professors, their advisors, and students and organizations they formerly worked with. And Samantha and I want to make sure that we bring them together and make their overall Penn State experience the best possible one it can be. because they're not here for a college education, they're here for a Penn State education. To that end, we're going to call for their inclusion in the overall presidential convocation, and we also want to make sure that they are better incorporated into the student involvement fair, perhaps by adding an additional day. And furthermore, we also want to stress that at times like this, in great uncertainty both in the job market and otherwise, that there will be cuts around the university, and in order to make sure that students aren't left out in the cold and don't see changes not coming or think that there are maybe ones that aren't being implemented, we want to use our media director to handle rumors and try to undermine them and get rid of them as soon as possible. We want to make sure that the students can focus positively on their academics and on their overall Penn State experience. Finally, on our third tier, I wanted to make sure that we add another position to the Executive Board of the Assembly to make sure that the experiences of an adult learner, someone who is 24 years of age or older or is a veteran, are added to improve the overall utility of the Assembly. They are a growing constituency at the university that I feel very passionately has not been as fully engaged as they could be, and they bring a wealth of information to the Assembly and the experiences that they've had working in and around the university and the greater real world. So those are the reasons why our platform is the strongest.
We invite you to learn more about us and read our extended platform, A Call to Action for the University Park Undergraduate Association, at www.millersmithupua.com.
We would love to have you get involved. Student elections are very important to the overall health of the university, and we hope that you support the Miller & Smith campaign and vote for us on April 1st.